Previously on Hero of Law, Ingo took the stand and delivered a performance for the ages. One moment, he was Talon, warm, fatherly, slightly confused. Then, with a hop to the other side of the stand, Malin, whiny, dramatic, and somehow still praising Ingo's greatness. It wasn't testimony, it was community theater. But today, we're looking past the performance and into the lies. Welcome back, gamers. I'm Zenith, and we're doing more of this blind playthrough of Hero of Law. I am so excited to get going on this. This is a ROM hack done by newer team. It takes Ocarina of Time assets and turns it into Ace Attorney gameplay. This is so much fun. It's so well done. I did have something come up in the last game. I couldn't quite remember the name of Tingle's game that a certain perfume was named after. So when we touched on Tingle's Mysterious Smells, the store that he owns in Castletown in this game, the bottle that he sells is called Rosy Rupee Land, which is part of the name of one of his games. And that game is freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land. And as you can tell, it's a long name. It doesn't make sense in English. Don't want to dwell on that too much. It is Tingle after all, so maybe he'll be a witness later on in this game. Actually, that might be fun. All right. So we did Ingo's first bit of testimony, and now we're moving on to the next one. Ingo's a fun character, and I have a sneaking suspicion he's the one that did it. As the witness now claims to have visited the crime scene shortly before the murder, we should learn of his exact movements that day. I agree. Where were you, Ingo? What were you doing? How did you know about that bottle? My movements! Well, alright. There's not a whole lot to say, though. It's unfortunate that he managed to weasel out of that. But this next testimony will be full of lies. This is my chance. Okay, he's getting into it. I am too. All right. Witness testimony. My non-suspicious movements. When you have to call your movements non-suspicious, that's the most suspicious of all. As was already stated, I had volunteered to work in the silo. At one point, I briefly went back to the ranch house to get myself a glass of water. We went back to the silo. I went back to the silo right after that and stayed there until the courier came. Why did I read that as crime? Because I think he did it. Until the courier came. I haven't been back to the ranch house at all since then. All right. Time to prove that you did. At some point. Sorry, I was turning down my volume. It was a little too loud in my ears. I must have been listening to something else last night. At some point, the detective came and told me what happened. And wow, was that detective one fine woman. I guess he likes Impa? I would not have expected that, but okay. Or he just respects her. See, I haven't done anything to warrant suspicion. Eat my shoes, you brat. I'll pass. There has to be something wrong in there. You can't put a flawless story together that quickly. I mean, he's probably been thinking about it. Let's cross-examine this bozo. My non-suspicious movements. I love that. The titles of these little testimony segments are so well thought out. I had volunteered to work in the silo. Hold it. What were you doing? Working on shipments and fulfilling orders. We send out crates of milk to milk bars all across the kingdom every day, you know. Milk bars? Naturally. Everyone loves a good drink, you know. And our milk is renowned as the best there is. I hear some others water theirs down. Despicable. I see. I think you said earlier that your job is to work on the structures and equipment, though. Indeed. Talon and the girl would usually be the ones overseeing milk orders. However, Since the royal visitation was happening that day, I felt they needed their minds unoccupied. So I took it upon myself to do it this time. After the murder, I got scared that the Sheikah Force's investigation would delay the shipment, and that I, the great Ingo, would get the blame. Thankfully, it all went through fine. Yeah, and you were so concerned with sending it off quickly that you wrote the wrong delivery address on it. Say that out loud. Although, no, you have to ask questions. You can't testify as the lawyer. You Hylians, ridiculous. Getting tipsy from something like milk? Bet you couldn't handle even a sip of the Gerudo's noble pursuit. A real man's drink. Ooh, that's a Breath of the Wild reference. It's like, there hasn't really been a whole lot of like alcohol in the Zelda games. Like even in Majora's Mask where the bar is, it's a milk bar. But then we get to Gerudo Town in Breath of the Wild, and yeah, there's a full-up bar, and Link's not old enough to drink and everything. Although in Tears of the Kingdom, he is a little older at that point. A good nod to those games. A real man's drink? Aren't most of the Gerudo women? Yes. Oh, man. It's a figure of speech, Link. Let it go. Speaking of drinks, I believe the witness was talking about how he had gotten himself a glass of water. Yes, of course. Moving all that heavy stuff around works up a sweat, you see. I got very thirsty and... At one point, I breathed in to get myself a glass of water, so I haven't pressed this. Right. You didn't think to just take a sip of the milk you were handling? No. It wouldn't be right. That milk was for the customers, you see. I just didn't want to get into any trouble. A truly honest man. How dare you suggest he would steal from his own workplace? Right. So what did you see at the house? Nothing much. I got my drink and left. Still had a lot of work to do, you see. I suppose I must have seen the perfume bottle then. In fact, yes. I remember it clearly now. It was there, on the table, plain as day. Great. What happened after that, witness? Back to the silo right after that and stayed there until the courier came. I feel like that's where the contradiction is. I mean, none of this happened. Well, he went to the ranch house, okay. Okay, he was working the silo. He went back to the ranch house, got himself a glass of water. Stayed there until the courier came. Right. So that's interesting. Is there something about these boxes? Said it was tasteless. Is it watered down? Found at the ranch near a burned out fire. Yeah, so that's interesting. So, yeah, Malin and Link had some of this milk before they came back into the courtroom, and they mentioned it was like tasteless. And now Ingo's talking about other milk bars watering down their milk. Is he not doing that himself? Because this is from this shipment, the one that got returned. Or does the milk that left the ranch a little while after the crime? Until the courier came. Did the royal guard miss the courier coming? No, they mentioned that he left. Here, let's press it. Sorry, just thinking out loud. I'm trying to think, like, how does this fit together now? Okay. Let's see. And you were able to complete this so quickly on your own. That's another thing, right? Like, this whole thing is like a two-man job, but somehow Ingo did it all on himself by his lonesome. He did it on his own. But you don't know the might of the great Ingo. Yeah, pow, well, I get things done in no time. I did almost break my back getting those crates out of the silo, though. There were so many, and also heavy. It was like a puzzle in there. I agree, it is like a puzzle in there. That's the heart piece puzzle in Ocarina of Time. Anyway, that's not important. The point is... Not important, okay. I haven't been back to the ranch house at all since then. What would prove that he went back to the ranch house? I think I just need to press him on this. Are you sure? Sure as can be. You never went back in, even after the crime was discovered. They wouldn't let me in. Preserving the crime scene or some such. I couldn't even get any of my things. After I was questioned, no one gave me half a glance. I had to sleep in the stables at night. It was terrible. Yeah, let's add it in. I wonder if I can... Your Honor, I would like the witness to add his last statement to his testimony. What? What are you trying to pull now? Very well, witness, please amend your statement. Ah, fine, whatever. I didn't even get to sleep or access any of my belongings. I had to spend the night in the stable. I wonder, is there something in the ranch inventory that shows like his belongings? Let me just look. Just a little. Let's just look. Now it's all like ranch stuff. And this was the day before the murder, 15 March. 16 March was the day of the murder. 17 March, this is the day of the trial. So this is like the day after. So we're saying that he slept. He didn't have any of his belongings. Wait a minute. Maybe I'm overthinking this, but hasn't Malin said that Ingo is usually in his overalls, his dungarees? So like, but he's wearing very fancy clothes today. If he couldn't get to any of his belongings, why is he able to dress the way he is right now? Is that important? I mean, I have usually in his work clothes, but he's dressed up nicely for court. I think this is it. Hold on, let's press it real quick. Hold it. Couldn't you have stayed at an inn? What am I made of? Money? Think, boy. I'm just a simple ranch worker, you know. You lawyers always flaunting your wealth. Right, sorry. Not actually sorry. I doubt one night would bankrupt this guy. Just look at what he's wearing. See, pointing out what he's wearing again. And wow, that detective was one fine woman. Let's hear about this before I go and present my evidence. Hold it. Could you elaborate? She's a hard-working woman who gets to the point and takes what she wants. Not to mention her impeccable fashion sense. What's not to love? That's not the part I wanted him to elaborate on. It's the part I wanted to elaborate on. I wanted to know about that. Thank you for coming through, writers. Wow, he seems totally smitten with her. Sure does. I wonder how Impa feels about it. Perhaps when this chore of a trial is over, I could. But no, it will have to wait. You thought you could distract me, did you? I, the genius ranch worker Ingo, see through your schemes. He's sticking to that story, huh? Yeah, it was a desperate fix, but it holds up surprisingly well. I can hardly believe this is the same Mr. Ingo I know. He's usually so nice. It's time to press for more details. He's sure to slip up somewhere. So I press, I got the details I want, I'm going to present. Or a profile. So it points out that you can present profiles, thank you. I'm going to present his profile. So, I think it's statement 5. Yep. And, profiles. Here we go. Got it. Yeah, music stopped. Witness! There's something seriously wrong with your testimony. What? What are you talking about? You say you couldn't get any of your belongings because they were all at the ranch house. Correct. A ranch house you were not allowed to go in. That's right. I'm Ron Burgundy? Well, that would imply you should still be wearing your work clothes. Pardon me if I'm wrong, but those don't look like work clothes at all. The defense has a point. The witness appears pretty well dressed for court. I can't imagine he would want to sully those clothes during work. Now, I'm glad that worked out. Like, I wasn't overthinking it. That's good. That's good writing. Jeez. I'm getting impressed every step of the way here, you guys. Well, what do you have to say to that? Grrr. Oh, of course. I can explain. It's simple. These are brand new, yeah. On my way to the courthouse, I went shopping for a nice new outfit. I'm gonna prove this wrong. I have the photo. After all, I couldn't very well show up to court dressed like a bum. Yes, defense. Certain people have a modicum of respect for the court and show up dressed appropriately. What's that supposed to mean? This is my finest Zora suit. It's the Zora suit. I mean, that explains the blue. And he's wearing the hat too. Like, oh man, yeah. It's his Zora suit. Yes. So, you claim you bought these clothes after the crime, is that correct? Very much so. This morning, in fact. Why do I need to repeat myself? Do I accept that explanation? No, I don't. You buying those clothes today is simply impossible. What? Oh, how can you claim so? Defense, as you know, evidence is everything in court. Either prove that the witness couldn't have bought these clothes today, or get out. All right. There it is. Let's press A. There he is. And look how young Malin is. He's had these clothes for a long time. He dressed up for this photo. That's what it means. Take that. I would like to turn the court's attention to this. Ah. Why, this is one lovely pictograph. Ah, it reminds me of the idyllic days I spent with my grandson at the... Objection! What about this pictograph, defense? Oh, well, just look at what Ingo is wearing. That's what I'm saying. This photo is from Malin's childhood, but Ingo is very clearly wearing the same outfit he has on right now. He couldn't have bought it today. And this is what they do in Ace Attorney as well. Every time they get caught in a lie or something, like they react, like they overreact. It's so good. I mean, and they're just using Ingo's animations from the game too. He actually does this in the game when you like steal Epona from under his nose. Like, oh, tame Epona. He didn't realize that you had tamed Epona, the horse that he was going to present to Ganondorf. And then he gets all upset like this. It's so good. Order! I will have order! Why, the defense is absolutely correct. I hope the witness has a good explanation for this. There. I think we finally got him. There's no way he can weasel out this time. Objection! Oh, unless someone weasels out for him. Isn't it obvious? Naturally, the witness knew he would need to wear his nice clothes for the royal visitation that was scheduled for that day. He brought them to the silo in advance so that he could quickly change just before the royal visitation's arrival. Don't testify for the witness, you dingbat. Oh? Yes, of course. I needed to be presentable after all. Can't look like a bum in front of the most important people in the kingdom. Oh, objection. Wait a minute. This is insane. What kind of kangaroo court is this? The prosecution keeps making excuses up on the spot. Ingo was clearly lying about buying the clothes before the trial. He's definitely trying to hide something. Your Honor, surely you won't accept this blatant perjury. Accept it, Judge. There can be no other explanation. The prosecution's explanation does seem plausible. What? However, the fact that the witness didn't simply say it himself and instead made up a lie about buying the clothes is indeed very suspicious. Gotcha, Ganondorf. Defense. The prosecution has posed that there is no other possible explanation for this contradiction. What is your opinion on the matter? Can the defense think of an alternative version of events? This is big. I really need to think this through. Yeah, let's go. Ingo is acting really suspicious right now. He's desperately trying to patch up holes in his testimony to conceal his real movements. Is this the goddess of courage? Is she like coming to Link's aid to like give him, or is this the goddess of wisdom? I think it's courage. Yeah, it's Furore. Furore. Doesn't matter. The goddess of courage. We're seeing her right now because what? Is she giving him some kind of buff on thinking? I don't know. Okay, so that aside, it's interesting that they'll show it right here. Okay, why would he be doing that? Ingo has a wardrobe. No, Ingo is the victim. Ingo is the murderer. You bet it. You bet he is. That's what I've been saying, but we're going to make the accusation. Let's go. If it's not Malin, Ingo is the only other person who could have done this. I have to assume he did, if I want to think Malin is innocent. With that in mind, why would Ingo change out of his work clothes? Oh, now the goddess of power, this is Din. Okay. What happened to make it necessary? Because Talon's blood got on them. Yeah. When Ingo killed Talon, his clothes must have gotten blood on them. He had to change into something else to hide his involvement. But then wouldn't the Sheikah force have found the clothes in the house? How could they have disappeared? They were thrown in the fire. That's what the fire was there for. That's how it all pieces together. And of course, the third one was the goddess of wisdom, Nehru. Ingo burned his clothes. And we see the Triforce back there. That's cool. That's it. This explains everything. I got chills. It really... I believe I can offer an alternative explanation. Objection! Nonsense! Judge, the defense spent far too long sitting in silence just now. They clearly have nothing. I call for a quick ruling. Objection. And not only can I explain it, but in fact, the defense formally accuses the witness of the murder, which you wouldn't do at the trial. You just call into doubt that your client did it and that it could have been someone else. But hey, this is like an Ace Attorney game. We always find the real murderer within the case, within the trial. Well, let's go. Yeah, this is it. No! And that music kicked in. This is it. This is like the climactic music here, I think. It's simple. The reason he had to swap his outfit and why he's been lying about the circumstances ever since is because it got stained with the victim's blood. Objection. Preposterous. If there were any discarded bloody clothes nearby, the Sheikah Force would have found them, and we would be trying someone else for murder right now. Why? You are absolutely correct, prosecutor. Yeah. Does that statement surprise you, prosecutor? Naturally, Ingo couldn't have left his bloody clothes lying around. And so, he used this to dispose of them. Yeah, the oil. Your Honor, cast your mind to the princess's last testimony. The princess's? Ah, that mysterious fire. Objection! Surely you yourself made sure we all knew how meaningless her testimony was. And yet, with this new context in mind, it gains a completely new meaning. An empty bottle of lamp oil found by a burned out fire. Ingo used this lamp oil to quickly burn away his stained work clothes. Well, how about it, witness? My scenario explains everything. You killed Talon and then tried to hide it. This is... No. Hold on. Oh, the witness's serious face. I'm coming back. You won't pin this on me. What drivel are you spouting here? Me kill Talon? You already know that's impossible. Okay. Witness testimony. Oh, new testimony. Too busy for murder. Okay, here's the alibi. Everything you've said is wrong. I have no idea what you're on about. I have an alibi for the time of the crime. I just couldn't have done it. There's no way I could have completed those milk shipments, killed Talon, and tried to hide my involvement. The fire was just made for a quick breakfast. There's no mystery there. Stop trying to pin this on poor, innocent Ingo. All right. No, I will not. I will keep trying. Now I shouldn't have to remind you. Defense. But you yourself were surprised that Ingo was able to complete the shipment in time. Adding even more things for him to do in that time is preposterous. That's right. The great Ingo is efficient at his job, but not that efficient. No, it had to have been him. I'm sure of it. There must be some trick at play here. That's some kind of shortcut. Shortcut. Do we have something like that? Some trick at play here. Some kind of shortcut. I must find it. Okay. Okay. So something we don't have yet. All right. Cross-examining. I'm going to press him. I don't have any evidence to show, I don't think, right now. So let's press him until we get something. Surely, my scenario is more plausible at this point than these panicked attempts to fix your story. Objection! What's more plausible isn't for you to decide, defense. It's the judge that makes the final call, and as long as this alibi stands, I can't imagine him siding with you. Yes. All of the loose ends have to be tied up before a decision can be made. Witness, please continue. Alright. Yeah, so... he'll probably just let him get to his alibi, Link. Could you explain what that alibi is again? With pleasure. At the time of the crime, I was busy preparing the day's shipments of milk. Okay. During the crime is when he was preparing the milk. Okay. That's hard work. I barely had enough time to get them done before the courier came to take them. But they're watered down. That's it. He didn't get it all done. He half-assed the job. He must have only half filled the bottles, filled the rest with water. That's what happened. And that's why they don't taste like anything. The shipments were inspected by the Sheikah Force as they were leaving the ranch. And, as our resident detective has told us, they were found to be fully loaded up with bottles of milk. Yeah, I think hardly some milk. That's right. The Sheikah Force itself has vouched for me. There's no way I could be the culprit. Oh, I disagree. There has to be a way. There must be. Well, press that too. Would it really have taken that long to murder someone and burn some clothes? It would have taken long enough to definitely make the scheme infeasible. Completing those shipments is a rather involved process. You have to milk the cows, clean the bottles, pour the milk into them, and put them into crates, and load those onto a wagon. I love working with the cows, but that part takes the longest because you only get a little at a time. And I heard a little ding. So that's an important clue. This is what I was thinking. You only get a little bit of milk at a time, so it sounds like Ingo didn't get all the milk he could have. He hurried up, filled the rest up with water, with filler. So, as Mr. Ingo said, the whole thing really does take a while. Father and I usually have to work together to get it done in time for the courier's arrival. There you go, defense. Your own client knows this is the unshakable truth. Okay. So there's no way he could complete the shipments and also do the killing. In that case, there had to be some way for him to finish the work faster. I just have to find it. I know what it is, Link. I got this. I got you, boo. Firewood is made for a quick breakfast. No mystery there. So you had enough time for breakfast, but not enough to kill someone. Yes, of course. The breakfast was cooking while I kept working. Then I just quickly gobbled it up. There's no issue there. In fact, yes. I remember it even burned a bit because I wasn't completely paying attention to it. Keeps adding these little things to the testimony. That's why I had to go get that glass of water too, you see. Had to wash it down after. So, maybe he did come to the ranch to get the water, and the water is for the bottles. Right? What a convenient little explanation. But for all I know, he actually did cook up a breakfast on a fire of burning blood-soaked clothes. Ew. Continue, witness. We don't want to hear about your culinary adventures. Of course, of course. My point is just what I've been telling you this whole time. No, I'm gonna keep trying. The only people who could have done this were you and Malin. And I know Malin well enough to know she couldn't be the culprit. That leaves you as the perpetrator. Objection! Yes, but by now we all know how much you value your friend. Let me remind you, though, that feelings don't matter at all here. Either show us solid evidence that puts Ingo's alibi into question, or concede defeat. There's that fist down. Is there any way he could have done the work faster? I'm not sure. It would be nice if there was, though. I could sleep in a little bit longer every day. Yeah, you'd think he would have shared it with you if he knew of one. Just what shortcut did you use, Ingo? This is the shortcut we're talking about. It's the time. It's the reduced time. Okay. Okay, so it's this one right here. This is the one about the time in which he did it. Okay. So, I think it's this one right here. I wonder what this one's about. I hope that comes up. That's kind of a mystery right now. But this one, I think this is what we're getting at. Music stopped. We're good. It's like I thought. But did you, though? Did you really complete those shipments properly? Objection. Defense. I shouldn't have to remind you that Tashika Force checked the boxes thoroughly. They were definitely full of milk bottles. Oh, I'm sure it looked that way. What are you getting at, defense? Here you go, Your Honor. Huh? Milk? For me? Are you trying to bribe the judge now? I didn't think you'd stoop so low. The Crown will be informed of this. Oh, it's nothing like that. All I'm asking is that His Honor try tasting the milk. Just one little sip. This is highly irregular. But, to be honest, I could use a drink. All this talking does make one's throat dry, you know. Yeah, I'm feeling it. You've probably talked the least out of everyone here, though. Since the defense insists, I'll go ahead and take a sip. Is this what passes for milk these days? This almost tastes like water. What? Water? I have to agree. This is definitely not standard milk. As we've heard from the princess and the detective, Lon Lon Ranch is renowned for the quality of its products. But there's no way people would say that about milk this lousy. Objection. Whatever. As if the unwashed masses would know the difference between quality and garbage. Where are you going with this, defense? It's simple. You see, I received this bottle from Detective Impa, still unopened, during the first recess. As we know, there were no milk shipments today, so this must have come from one of Ingo's shipments from yesterday. It's true that Ingo couldn't have murdered Talon and also completed the shipments on his own. Unless he cheated. Ingo watered down the milk to get the shipments done in time. That feels good. Order! Order! Yes, I suppose that would work. Indeed. All he had to do is milk fewer of the cows. Save enough time without ruining the taste too much. I guess he used about 50-50 split of water and milk. This is... No! Talon! Here we go. He was about to spin. He was about to... Ooh. That was close. No, but good lawyering there. Ganondorf stopping the witness from saying something crazy. Let me stop you right there. Huh? I will concede that something odd happened to that shipment. But all you have proven is that Ingo is a slacker. It's interesting because he's a hard worker. So why was this day different? Why is he a hard worker all the other days, but a slacker today? See, Also, that's Ocarina of Time knowledge right there. He is the hardest worker on the ranch. But they said it here, too. Malon, if we think back, Malon even mentioned it to Link in a little sidebar there. So that is definitely the case. How dare you? Oh, he doesn't want to be known as a slacker. Be quiet, you mongrel. Ganondorf's really trying to like keep his case intact. He knows where the cracks are, and he's like, I will have this win. Oh man. Sure, Ingo watered down the milk. That doesn't make him a killer though, does it? Well, no. But now we do know that he definitely could have done it. So we've proven that. Yeah, so we have a little bit more to go because we've proven that he could have. We need to show how or why at this point. We need to show motive. I mean, he kind of has motive. It's the inheritance that it's split between the crown and the remaining employees if Malon can't inherit it. I mean, I think it's as simple as that. And I want to know if the returned shipment is a part of that too. Like what happened there? Why did it get returned? Well, no, yeah, he could have done it. We know he did go to the crime scene. And we know he did have the time and opportunity to kill Talon as well. Yet, there is a vital element missing still. Let me put it in simple terms so even an idiot like you can understand. Rebuttal. Oh, this is different. Okay. I think we'll call this an episode right here. Hopefully the other cases don't disappoint. This first one sure has not so far. Can't wait to wrap it up in the next episode. I imagine we're near the end of this case now. We've pretty more or less proven that Ingo has done it. So I guess we're just wrapping it up with motive in the next bit or something else. Maybe there's something, I don't know. Or maybe I'm at the end and I just, am stopping it right before then, but it's okay. We'll save that for the next episode. So thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate those who come out and take their time to see this series and to see me play it. Hopefully my enjoyment is kind of like, I don't know, transferring over to you a little bit as you're watching it. I'm definitely having a great time. So yeah, thank you. Please like, please subscribe. And as always, we'll see you later, gamers.